today. In fact, a lot of the low clouds have provided some freezing mist throughout Arkansas and parts of eastern Oklahoma, but now things are starting to ramp up. We really didn't see much in terms of ice accumulation on the roads today so far. That's been great news. We've seen a little bit of ice on mailboxes, vehicles, a couple elevated cold surfaces, anything that has metal a little bit up off of the ground. We'll probably still continue to see a little bit of the ice accumulation, but heavy snow back towards the west and heavy ice and sleet coming in as well. That cold front continues to dive south, changing over these rain bands over to wintry precipitation. So things have been fairly quiet today, other than a little bit of ice here and there. Not a big deal. Although in the mountains, I've had several reports that up in St. Paul and Batson and Winslow, we've had reports where the ice has been a little bit thicker. So if you are traveling throughout the mountains this evening, be on the lookout. It's already a little bit slick. Bridges and roads and overpasses, they'll be the first ones to freeze, the ones that are off the ground first. Remember, there are over 30 bridges north of Alma just on I-49 alone. But we want to give you a quick weather update this evening. We'll continue to have several live streams tonight as we track this winter weather coming in. The blue color shows you the heavy snow crossing the Red River right into Sooner State, into Oklahoma. Heavy rain towards Dallas, and right in the middle, we've got this mix of sleet and ice that continues to stream into parts of the river valley. Northwest Arkansas, we're in the clear at the moment, but that's not going to last much longer. We're getting that mix of some sleet and ice in the river valley, but it's light at the moment. It picks up a little bit closer to the low pressure system. That's that red right there. Eventually, later tonight, the conditions will start to worsen pretty much area wide. Here's a closer look at the river valley. You head east towards Boonville, Mount Magazine, and Paris. We're just dealing with some light rain showers so far for Scott County and Waldron, getting the light rain. Once you get towards Mansfield and Greenwood, we've got a mix of some light raindrops and some light freezing rain. Sometimes it's hard to kind of tell the difference between the freezing rain and some of just the plain old rain, because eventually you've got to change the freezing rain to ice, and it just depends on the surface where it falls. In parts of LaFleur County, we've had a little bit of snow try to mix in too. That's that kind of purplish and white color stretching north towards Spiro and Shady Point. Sallisaw, we've had a little bit of a mix of very light wintry mix of sleet and partially a couple of snowflakes too, and a little bit in Fort Smith as well. Into northwest Arkansas, not much except just freezing drizzle. This is a live look in Bacola. We've had some of those raindrops continue to fall in the lens here, but notice how these drops sort of move a little bit over time. They're slowly trying to freeze, but eventually they will, and we'll get iced over. In Bentonville right now, roads are still kind of wet. We've had that drizzle throughout the day, but so far they're not too slick. Now, some of these, when the street lamps and when you have your traffic signals, they actually have a little ice on them, but really doesn't impact us on the roads. We're good. Things will change later tonight. Winter storm warnings in effect area-wide. Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, all of Arkansas included in some sort of winter storm alert. Ice storm warnings. That's where the ice is really going to be the worst. Once you get towards central Arkansas and eastern Arkansas, that's where we're talking about significant ice. Here's what's new here at 6. We're taking like 5:50 or so. The ice continues to push south. The system continues to come in colder, and so we're watching the ice threats really towards Little Rock, Conway, Hot Springs, north and east, towards Jonesboro and Memphis, while in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, our ice threats continue to go down. In northwest, we may not get much. There could be a thin glaze before the snow, but otherwise it's now a snow event for northwest Arkansas. And even in the River Valley, our ice threats continue to go down as well. We may only get 1/10 of an inch of ice or so in Van Buren and Fort Smith. Still slick and something that we don't want, but usually power outages start to begin once you get closer to the 0.5 mark. So we may not have as many power outages in the River Valley compared to central Arkansas. They're likely to get more ice. We're likely to get more snow in the western portion of the state and into eastern Oklahoma. Man, these snowfall totals continue to go up, even in the River Valley. Check this out. 3, 4, 5 inches of snow are possible in Van Buren and Fort Smith, west towards Sallisaw too. Most of that snow probably fall after midnight tonight. The rest of this evening, we're going to start to push in some sleet. And then after midnight, we'll change over to snow in the River Valley. In northwest Arkansas, we may change to snow by about 10 o'clock. Here around 7, 8, we'll start to get some of that sleet, and then we'll quickly change over to snow overnight tonight, and then it's just pure snow as you head into your Thursday. Here's a look at the next 12 hours in northwest. We're eventually going to get more of that freezing drizzle and sleet. The chances start to go up, and then as you get close to midnight, we switch over to snow, and temperatures really start to drop too. It's going to get cold tonight, so it's a good thing we're not getting as much ice, because if we lose power, temperatures are going to get chilly. In the River Valley, we have a few more hours to go of that sleet, wintry mix, a little bit of ice too. We're starting to finally get it now. It's light, but it will pick up in intensity. You saw that on the radar. Things are starting to move in. That whole storm is getting closer. We switch over to snow by early tomorrow morning. Here's the latest with Futurecast. Still a wintry mix in the River Valley in northwest Arkansas. Slowly trying to get some of that pink color, showing you the ice and sleet, but then temperatures continue to cool, and we'll switch more over to snow in northwest Arkansas, maybe as soon as 10 o'clock. Also in eastern Oklahoma, man, you guys in Sequoia County, Adair County, we may switch over to snow pretty quickly too, maybe even portions of western Crawford County, just west of Van Buren towards Dora, north towards Cedarville and Uniontown. By midnight tonight, we have a mix kind of everything, more snow north, more ice towards the south. But eventually by sunrise tomorrow, I think we're mostly all snow, area-wide, north-south, east-west, we're snow. Once again, there could be a break tomorrow afternoon, but then more snow will come in for your Thursday evening and into Friday morning too. So still be weather aware. Here's the latest on the timing. Here, onward, we've got more threats coming in, especially for the River Valley first, as that sleet is moving in at the moment. Later tonight, after 8 o'clock, that's when roads will really start to get slick. We're putting the sun down right as we speak. Temperatures continue to cool. By 8 o'clock, the precipitation rate is going to be higher as well, and that's where we're going to watch roads really start to get slick. They're slick all day tomorrow as more of that snow comes in area-wide. Remember, we're talking about maybe a half foot or more in northwest Arkansas. There could be a few of us closer to the Missouri state line where we get closer to a foot. We'll have to see, but the snowfall totals continue to go up. In the River Valley, we may get 2, 3, 4, 5 inches of snow, maybe up to 6 inches for some of us in some spots, especially close to the Arkansas-Oklahoma state line. In around Fort Smith, Van Buren, we may get some of the most snow in the River Valley. You head a little bit closer to Mount Magazine, so Paris and Boonville, Clarksville, we may not get as much because we could get a little bit more ice. We'll have to watch that closely. And then maybe a few flurries early Friday morning. So make sure you stay weather aware. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. Make sure you keep it local, keep it here. We'll keep you advised. We'll see you soon.